Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video we're going to be talking about the Zwerchau, and we're going to be comparing it to strikes, similar strikes that we use in the SCA in our heavy combat. So the name is Zwerchau, and you'll notice that most of these strikes, or almost all of them, have the suffix that ends in H-A-W, how. And what that basically means is strike or blow. Okay? So the Zwerchau is basically a high horizontal strike. I mentioned this briefly in the introduction video that I did. It's a high horizontal strike here. It can be done to the other side. You can start from either side. So if I start here, I can bring it up over here. And the way that it's used in the manuscripts, basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to put the strong part of the sword, basically this part of the sword here, has leverage on the opposing blade in order to gain an advantage. Okay, so one of the ways that this will typically work out is in the previous video we talked about the Zwerchau, which is that diagonal blow. So basically, as we come into measure, we'll end up with this Zwerchau, and what will happen is that from there, what we'll do is we'll switch over, okay, and into this Zwerchau strike. And what I've done here, okay, is basically this is the tip of the sword, which is the weakest part of your blade. I put my strong on your weak, so now I can push to the side and get my point in line, so I can then follow through with a thrust, or I can come in with a cut, depending on how close I am. Okay, so that's one way that this blow can be used. Okay, or if you're attacking me, basically again I can, if you come into measure first and I don't have to step, I would put my point out there like that. I'd end up in this long point, right? And then from there I would flip it over into this Zwerchau cut, which is a high horizontal cut, in order to bring my blade online. Okay, and one of the things that you notice is when we make this cut, we hold our hilt high, because what's happening is my cross guard is basically protecting my hands. Okay. Now it's also, sometimes it can also be done directly. Basically, if you attack and if I am certain that I know where your blade is going to go, I can just come in straight with the Zwerchau. If you overparry, basically the manual will show going around to the other side. Okay, so let me put this sword down, and basically, and pick up the shield. This is a very common strike that's found in the SCA. It's like one of those bread and butter shots. Basically, it's our onside and our offside shot. Okay, in the German system, they basically combine it. They give it one name. They call it the Zwerchau, and it has Zwerchau right side, Zwerchau left side. Okay, typically we'll call it onside if we're doing it to our sword side, or we'll call it offside if we're doing it to our shield side. Okay, so we use the same strike, same mechanics. Where basically we're bringing the hip forward, or we're stepping, but we're doing it for a slightly different purpose. Normally we're not doing it because we're trying to put the strong part of our sword onto the blade. Okay, what we're normally trying to do is we're trying to get over the shield. Okay, so we're doing it to try and get over the other person's shield, and basically, be able to directly strike them on the head. Okay, so for us, it's a headshot to the right side or to the left side. As we can see in the manual with the long sword, they use it for a slightly different purpose, but the mechanics are the same as compared to the way we fight in the SCA. So again, you have, in the SCA, we've developed our strikes internally. And when we compare them to the historic manuals, we see that they have a very similar strike that they developed, albeit for a different purpose, but the strike is there. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you have any comments or questions, please post it. We'll talk next time.